Hello! I am very happy to be here to share with you all the information I have and all my work on this effect that I created a lot of time ago. I had hair in that time. No, it's a joke. I was bald. But it's one of the tricks that I am more proud of my invention, and probably is my most popular trick now, is the love ritual. And I know it's very popular because a lot of professional magicians around the world is doing this in a lot of shows. Stage magicians, mentalists, not only card magicians. So for me, it makes me feel very proud. Perhaps you are right here and you download this and you vote in Penguin because you know the trick and you want to know the details. But I am not sure if it's first time you have contact with this trick and you are interested, or if you know the trick but perhaps you know another version and you want to see how the original creator do the trick. So what I want to propose you is, instead to talk about the details, instead to take I will do a performance for you, because this is the good thing of this effect. It's an interactive effect, so it's audience participation, and this time the audience is you. I am going to ask you to pause the video a moment, go to for an old deck and take 4 cards, and I will do the trick for you as I usually present it for the audience. So I wait for you. Okay, I hope you came back, because if not, and I hope you have 4 cards, and we are starting to shuffle to this love ritual. Why is a love ritual? Because you know that cards are used to fortune teller, there are some power around the cards, and if you do this love ritual, you will be very lucky in love for a week. Yeah, only a week. But but don't worry, because after the week, if it works, you can take another 4 cards and repeat. So it's very good. So if you do the ritual, it will be very good luck in love for you, even if it don't work. Okay, it's the making the ritual what it makes. Are you shuffling? It's necessary you shuffle. You shuffle the 4 cards because it's chaos. Love is a mess. And you take the 4 cards, and I want you to, I don't know how you say this in English, to crunch the cards? I don't know, but you understand me. You fall and fall and fall and fall and fall. So it will be very easy for you to, with these 2 fingers and the thumb, when I count 3, you rip the cards. Okay? 1, 2. No, when I count 3. No, I get you. For the lay people, this is very funny. Okay, in that moment, you at home, you have 2 packets of halves. I want you to put 1 packet onto the other one. It's not a problem left onto right or right onto left. No problem at all. You put everything together and you cut and complete. Take some cards and put on bottom. Yeah. If you want, you can cut and complete again. I will do it. And if not, not. The good thing is everybody is doing something different, and I can't control. I don't know what you did or how many times you cut. It's impossible for me to control any card now, but I want you to. It's easier if you do a little fan like this on the hand, on the fingers like this, and you take the top 3 pieces. 1, 2, and 3. Take these 3 pieces and you put in the middle at any place you want. Even it's not necessary to put together. The cards are shuffling any place but in the middle. So you lose the pieces. Excuse me. And this is very important. You square, because I forgot something. Excuse me. Before losing, etc., what we need to take is take the top piece without looking at the face, at the piece. You take this and you put onto the pocket without looking. If you want to look, you can look, but it's 7 years bad luck. So, okay, it's much better if you don't look. And now we continue. We do the fan, and remember, you take 3 pieces from the top and you put in the middle, but any place that you want, together, separate in the middle. Even you can take 1 and put in the middle. If you are somebody with you and both of you are doing the trick together, you can exchange pieces even and put into the middle as you want. But this is the good moment. I'm going to ask you to throw pieces. I mean, if you are born in the first trimester, you say in English, I mean January, February, March, you take no piece. No piece. If you are born in April, May, or June, you take one piece. If you are born in July, October, September, you take two pieces. And if you are born in the last 3 months, you take 1, 2, and 3 pieces. Very easy. I am going to take 3 pieces. And now, I want you to take this, not the rest, the pieces that you took, 0, 1, 2, or 3, and when you want, you throw it away. Yeah. So I don't know how many pieces remain in your hand. Perhaps you have 7, you have 5, you have 4. I have no idea. But this is a love ritual. It will work at the end. You take, and we need to prepare the ritual for 1 week. That means we take the top piece, and you say with me, Monday, and go to the bottom. Take the next one, and you say, Tuesday, and to the bottom. The next one, Wednesday, to the bottom. Thursday, and to the bottom. Friday, to the bottom. Saturday, to the bottom. Sunday, to the bottom. That's the reason the ritual will work for 1 week. If you want a year, it's too long. Okay, and now is the cheesy moment, is the daisy. But I love this. You know the daisy? I explain you. You take the top piece, and you say, loves me, and to the bottom. Take the next one, loves me not, and throw it away. If loves me not, I throw it away. Yeah, and you continue until only 1 piece remains. I mean, loves me, loves me not, loves me, loves me not, loves me, loves me not, love me not. You need to continue until only 1 piece remains in your hand. And now, without looking, you take the other piece. Yes, you remember you shuffle at the beginning, you cut it. You take a piece without looking and you put in the pocket. You put together. And let me see myself. Oh yes, it works. Let you see if you found your other half. It's a miracle, ladies and gentlemen. It's the miracle of love. Okay, I hope it works for you and you are very lucky in love now, but perhaps you are alone at home with me and you want to see how is the mood, how it works with a real audience. So I'm going to show you a performance we did here in Penguin with the whole audience doing the love ritual. So this is the performance.
All right, please welcome back to the stage, Woody Aragon. Okay. Thank you very much. I forgot that we have a trick ready for you. I told you I am a fortune teller. So let me remove this, and I am going to tell you that you have 4 cards from the beginning for something. This is a trick that I created a lot of time ago, and now it's very famous. Probably you saw a lot of magicians doing, if you are in magic involved or you see magic performance, you saw a lot of magicians doing the trick, but I am the creator, I know how it's. So, do you want to follow my, it's an interactive trick. You do my instruction, you follow my instruction, and if it works, it's luck for us. For a year, we will be very lucky in love. Not for a year, it's for a week. But it's okay, no? Because 1 week is much better than none, no? Okay. So, what I would like is to have with me a couple. Who want to help me? But you are with somebody, and she want to help me because she says like no. No, you don't mind? You mind? No, you don't want.
No, I don't mind.
You don't mind? Come here, the two of you. Yeah, sure, please come here with me. And now you applaud them. Okay, no. Okay, can you come here? And can you come here? What's your name?
Brian.
Brian, you have 4 cards?
Yes.
Perfect. Your name is?
Sue.
Susanna.
Mm-hmm.
Susanna, that's right. You have 4 cards?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I only take 1, 2, 3, and 4 cards. Because 4 cards is for love. So, are you ready? Okay, this is the love ritual. This is a ritual to be lucky in love
for a week. but you say, you follow my instruction first. The first thing we need to, everybody have 4 cards. Shuffle the 4 cards. You shuffle the 4 cards, because if you shuffle, it's like the love, because love is chaos, it's a mess. It's true, So you shuffle like this. And not only that, after shuffling, we are going to cut and complete. And probably people is thinking, how do you cut and complete with only 4 cards? It's very easy. You take 1, 2, or 3, in any part of the middle, you take, and you go through the bottom, and then you arrive, and it's okay? It's okay, perfect. So we shuffle and cut it. And now, I want you to crisp a little in the half the cards. Everybody, take the cards. Yeah, it's my cards, don't worry. Do it like this and do like this, yeah? You turn, because now we are going to rip. Sorry, I wake up, sorry. He was sleeping, sorry. With these 2 fingers and the thumb here, with these 2 fingers and the thumb here in the middle. Okay, are you ready? Mm-hmm. Susan, very good. You so. Okay, okay. And when I count 3, we rip. When I count 3, a lot of people. 1, 2. No, when I count, okay, 3. Okay, 3. No one. So now you have in one hand a half and another half in the other hand. Yes. I want you to put one half onto the other one. It's not a problem, left onto right, right onto left. As you want, you take it and you do, you do it. And you do a little deck, a mini deck of pieces. And now what we are going to do? We are going to cut and complete. And how you cut and complete? You take 1 or 2, you take like this, some cards, and put to the bottom, yeah? You put to the bottom, yeah? You did it perfectly, to the bottom, perfect. And now, we are going to take the 3 top pieces. Even if it's easy for you, you can do a little fun, but you take 1, 2, and 3 top pieces. The 3 top pieces, you have the 3 top pieces, and these 3 top pieces we put in the middle. This is part of the ritual. It makes no sense, I know, but you put in the middle. Not on top, not on bottom, in the middle of the yeah, perfect, in the middle, yeah, and you square. You have it? Okay, so now you have a chaos. Look, can you show? It's a chaos. No, I mean, no, the whole. I mean, it's a chaos, it's chaotic. Yeah, yes. That's what I mean. And now, sorry, it's very important to square. Square. It's very important to square because I forgot something, sorry. Before, the first thing, very important, without looking, take the top piece, and without looking, you put in a pocket or in any place, but separate, without looking the piece. If you look the piece, you can look the piece, but it's 7 years bad luck. So perhaps it's much better. And now, that is the moment you take 3 from the top, yeah, and you put in the middle. Not on bottom, not on top, in any place in the middle. Yeah, the 3 pieces in the middle.
Got it?
Yeah, in the middle, like this. Yeah, you have it? Perfect. And you square. And now, we are going to take the top piece, only the top piece, and you put in the middle. Okay. In the middle, any place in the middle. Perfect. In the middle. In the middle, no, exactly the middle. I mean, he's counting. I mean, not on top or not on bottom, or any place that you want. And now, you take the top piece, and look this. You exchange with somebody very near to you. So, I will exchange with you. And, okay, I will exchange with you. Okay, so exchange double. And now, that piece that is not us, we put in the middle. Yeah. So, are you satisfied? Are you happy?
Okay.
Okay, you are semi-happy. Okay, don't worry. And now, look, if you are lucky in love, you think in your life you are very lucky in love, super lucky in love, that I don't need more love because, okay, don't take any piece. If you are lucky in love, but you think, no, I need to work to have love in my life, and take 1 piece. No balls. Okay. And now, if you are not so lucky, and you want, okay, you take top 2 pieces, and if you are very unlucky, and you are alone and bitter, and please take 3 pieces. I am going to take 3 only for the explanation of the trick, okay? So you have 1, no? Yeah. Okay, so now we have in that hand 0, 1, 2, or 3, yes? Not the rest. That cards that we pick, 0, 1, 2, or 3, throw it away. Throw it away. So now we have, throw it away. So now we have different amount of pieces. Some of you, okay, how I tell that you are not cleaning here. I know, but don't worry, because now is the moment to program the ritual for a week. Why for a week? Everybody with me, take the top piece and you say, Monday, and to the bottom. Monday. The next one, from the top, and you say, Tuesday, and to the bottom. Tuesday. We continue. The next one, Wednesday, to the bottom. Thursday, to the bottom. Friday, to the bottom. Saturday, to the bottom. And Sunday, and to the bottom. And that's the reason I do this ritual only for a week, because for a year is too long. I must tell you that this Buddhist ritual, a Buddhist ritual, because I am Buddhist, and is mine is Buddhist. Okay, very, very stupid thing. And now we are going to the cheesy part, but I love this part. It's the daisy. You know the daisy? You need to do with me. Everybody, take the top piece and you say, loves me. Love me. To the bottom. Take the next one and you say, loves me not. Loves me not. Throw it away. Oh. No, because if loves me not, I throw it away. Of course, of course. And now we are going to continue repeating until only one piece remains. So we say, loves me. Loves me. To the bottom. Loves me not. Throw it away. Loves me. To the bottom. Loves me not. Throw it away. If you have loves me to the bottom. Love me not. Throw it away. Loves me to the bottom. Love me not. Throw it away. At the end, you... I don't know what you did, but okay. At the end, you will have a piece. But remember, we have the other half. We have a piece, a random piece in the pocket. Let me see myself. Oh my God! Look, I think it was good. I think it was good. You take. Oh my God! You have it. Can you show? Can you take me? Turn over. Yeah, turn over, but turn over the card. And you found love. Everybody found love. It's the miracle of the love ritual. Thank you very much. You will be very happy, very in love. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And go home to celebrate. Thank you. Bye. I'll bring it back. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going for Woody Aragón.
Well, it's time to explain the basic method. Of course, there is a concept. Love ritual for me is a concept of a trick. Is the audience will rip some cards and they at the end find two matching pieces. The rest is methods that you can choose to use, to don't use. And in this download or in this DVD, I am going to explain a lot of versions to do that. But of course, if I choose this presentation and after work for years and write several scripts, try methods with more cards, less cards, etc. If I choose this is because it has, in my opinion, some advantages or is because my taste. So I am going first to explain you exactly what I did, exactly my version, why it works, and later we will start the variations. Also, I will tell you what is optional because some of these parts you can choose to put or not. But let's begin. We are going to take 4 random cards and we are going to rip this. That means it's not a problem the spectator shuffle the cards because what we want is the result of the ripping. It's good when I am performing with an audience, as you saw in the performance, I always say, and cut and complete, and I explain because for magicians it's very easy. If you say cut and complete, every magician knows that he has to do. But in this case of tricks, in this kind of tricks that you need audience management, the words must be very, very concise. And if I say cut and complete and people don't understand because this is not a deck, I prefer at the beginning, I say, when we are not ripped the cards yet, I say shuffle and cut and complete. How you cut and complete so very little cards? You take one or two, or you take it, you put on bottom, so you cut and complete. And once they understand this, they will cut and complete correctly later. No? So now, this is shuffle, no problem. They cut, no problem. And now I ask them to rip. Usually, I ask them to do like this, so it makes a little easier and aesthetic the ripping. At the beginning, I didn't do this, and sometimes, if you have no practice, you will find that there is a half that is very little and the other is very, very big. So this helps a lot. You ask them to rip, and now this is what happened. Even with the shuffle, the two halves are in the same order. Obviously, no? Because the first card is split by the other. When you do like this, and you put one pile onto the other, is not a problem in the order. This is a stacked deck. Yeah. There is a kind of pattern that you can follow very easy now. Excuse me, the 8 was there. I mean, this is the 6, the other half of the 6 is 4 cards away, 4 pieces away in this case. I will talk about pieces or cards sometimes, because now we must consider this like independent cards. So there are the 2 6s, the 2 8s, the other 2 8s. Can you see? 7 cards, 7 pieces, 4 cards, 4 pieces away. So, in fact, we have exactly the same as if we prepare a deck in order. I mean, I took this before to make this explanation more clear. If I have H2, 3, 4 and H2, 3, 4, so even if you cut and complete, any card that you take, if you count 1, 2, 3 and 4, it will be the other card of the same value. This is exactly the same, but after the shuffle. So I am very proud about this, because when I thought about this principle, that is not mine, later I will give you the credits, but what is mine is, oh, it will be possible that the audience do this without change the order. And when I saw and I started to try and I saw the audience rip, for the spectator, he shuffled at the beginning, so they are sure that this is shuffled, and this is the basic method. So, after this, you can ask to cut and complete. Why? I understand, I explained at the beginning, it's very important to make clear what is cut and complete. When they cut and complete, the order is disturbed. They are anyway 4 cards away. So, I ask them to take 1, 2, and 3 from top and put into the middle. What is happening now? I will show you. If I take these 3, this is the card number 4. So this is the matching of the bottom piece. I mean, I'm going to do face up. If I cut, and this is the 6 of spades, obviously the other 6 is here in the middle. If I ask to take the 3 top, you have on top and on bottom 2 matching pieces. This is, I think, very, very fooling, because in that moment, either you are very analytic, you are missing the point, no? Because now the important thing apparently is the 3 pieces that you take. They take 3 pieces, and I say, and put any place you want. It's not a problem if it's separated or together, but in the middle. As I emphasize in the middle, I mean not on bottom and not on top. So it's not a problem when they put the pieces. When they finish, I have on top and on bottom matching pieces. And now, this is the moment that you saw in the performance. I say, oh, excuse me, I have a mistake. This is something that I do by myself. I do in my performances, and even I think I explained this in a book in English when I published this. Not so many magicians, even the trick is very popular, do this. So I will explain you why I use this later. No? But this is what I say. Oh, it's a mistake. Excuse me. Take the top card without watching and put into the pocket. I know some of the spectators can't watch, but it's not a problem. I don't give a lot of time to this. And then I say, okay, and we continue. And then we are continuing moving cards. The only important thing is the top is in the pocket, we need to control the bottom. And where we need to control the bottom? In the bottom. It can be easier. The only thing I need is to be sure that the spectator don't move the bottom piece. So what I say is, and now take 3 from the top and put in the middle, and take 1 on the top and put in the middle, and you can take 1 in from the middle and exchange with other spectator and put in the middle. I can do anything I want. Only I need to be sure that the bottom piece remain in bottom. And it's done. The trick is done. If you want, from here, you can go directly to any of the methods I'm going to explain to obtain the bottom piece as the final in a discard. Usually, I use the down under deal, the Australian deal. I think every magician uses it. And this is directly with 7 pieces. If you do love me, not, love me, etc., etc., starting always for put the card into the bottom. I mean, not throw the first one. No, I mean, loves me, and now love me not, loves me, 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 love me not. At the end, it will be the piece that we want. This is very, very strong, and this is you can do the trick like this. I did the trick like this for a lot of years, and also I know a lot of magicians that do exactly like that. But I think in this kind of interactive, in mathematic tricks, it's good when everybody is doing different things. This guy shuffling that way, the other guy shuffling another way, this guy cut once, this guy cut 3 times. If they are doing completely different things, it's more difficult for them to think that it's mathematic or there are something, because everybody do whatever they want. So I add this, that is an Emsley principle by Alex Emsley, the guy that of the Emsley count, that I adapted, I implemented here, and it worked extremely well. It allows that if you want, you do the trick with the 7 pieces. Nothing happens. But if you want, you can take 1 piece. If you want, you can take 2 pieces, or if you want, you can take 3 pieces. 3 is a maximum. And now you take, let's suppose, 2 this time, and you throw it away. So now I have 5, but other guy has 7, other guy has 4. Then how is possible if I do the Australian deal? It works, because obviously at the end everybody will have a different piece. That's when it works the week. That's the excuse for the week. The week, the passing of the week, when I say Monday, etc., etc., and I pass 7 cards, is for this. It's amazing. I pass 7 cards, 7 pieces from top to bottom. I say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and now the piece is not on bottom. The piece is in the middle. In the middle, because I have 5 cards. And with 5 cards, when you do the Australian deal, is the middle piece the last one. If you try with 4 pieces, with 6 pieces, you will see that the piece that we want will arrive to a different position, but always is the right position to do the Australian deal. This is amazing. This is something incredible. So, you ask them to do the ritual. It's not good? At the end, the piece remains in your hand. And now, I usually ask them to take the other piece, they put together, then I, the magician, I see the card, and then I ask them to look their cards, and immediately everybody realizes that the miracle has happened. And I can tell you that when you are doing with an audience, you can see in the performance, it's like you disappear, because you are not important anymore, because now they are the magicians, and everybody starts to talk, oh, it worked for you, it worked for you. And it's something amazing, and I love this love ritual. Yeah, no? Clear. Perfect.
Really good.
Okay. Oh. No, much better.
Eric, have you been keeping track of time?
Yeah.
Cool.
We're about 25 minutes in.
Cool.
2:21 right now. What time do you wrap up?
Oh, I don't know. I was just curious, just for lengthwise.
Oh,
As long, yeah, I was just curious for
for
like.
length, we're going to be way fine on this.
Cool.
I continue?
Yeah, we
Okay,
do.
okay.
We're at the variations now, correct?
No, the details. Details of the explanation. Okay, this is the moment I am going to explain you the little details that for me are important in the structure of this trick and other tricks, and they are not essential, but I think it makes more magical. No, I think really the word now is magical. Nor impact. The impact can be good without this. It's very entertaining anyway. But I think to have this magic sensation that wow is the magic power of the magician, is good to include these details. The first thing I want to tell you about mistakes. Some magicians told me that they do simplified version of this. I like simplified, and I sometimes simplify the method. Sometimes I don't do the week, or sometimes even I remove the Australian deal and I use another procedure to go. But always the reason is sometimes I'm doing TV and they ask me to do it in 3 minutes, so I need to make a stride. Or perhaps I am MC in a show. Usually I don't do this trick. I will later tell you a story about this, but I don't do this trick in my show. I think I am the only one magician that don't do this trick in the show, even I am the creator of the trick. So that's funny. But I always use it when I am MC in another show, because this is a very good trick between two acts, especially in theater, because in theater there is not so many opportunities to make the audience participate. Sometimes you can take one spectator, go to the stage, etc., but not a real audience participation. Of course, we have, this kind of moments, but this trick is amazing for that. So usually I include this, and also it's good for the show when they arrive and they found 4 cards in the seats, etc. Yeah, it's good, but sometimes I am appearing in the end of the show, I feel that the gala was too long, and sometimes I simplify to make the whole show better and shorter. But I don't mean simplifying is good for the trick. And the reason a lot of magicians tell me I am going to simplify is not because artistic reason, it's because they are afraid of the mistakes. They don't want to give so many instructions, so you avoid most of the spectators have and my theory or my way to think is you don't be worried about the mistakes. Mistakes will happen. But one spectator that you say cut and complete, and the spectator do like this, any other instruction, it will be wrong. So don't make the trick worse because that spectator. And one spectator that you say cut, take one, put in the middle, take two, put in the bottom. If they do this, they can do instruction for 10 minutes if you want, because he knows how to follow instruction. So for me, I try to put the right amount of instruction to do. I try to make it everything very funny, and in fact, I think in my version, the version that I did in the performance, and for you, I have a lot of instructions, but the spectator are enjoying any moment. I don't feel in any moment of that structure the spectator is boring. So for me, it's not a problem to do the whole trick with it, because I know some people are afraid of the moment that you remove some cards and you do the week, etc., etc., etc. But I can tell you that 2 of my idols, of the best magicians in the world, of the biggest stars in magic, that were Penn and Teller or David Blaine, when we were discussing about this trick, they said, oh, but if you remove the part of the week, the trick is much worse. And I thought, okay, people that think like me. So I will tell you, it's not necessary, but there is some precautions. No, I don't know if you have this word in English. You know that I create my own English for you. You know. Okay. What I mean is, you can be aware of what can happen. So I do two things. The first thing is to relax you. I will to say you, and you will understand that perhaps, in my experience, perhaps 10% of the audience will have mistakes and at the end don't do the trick correctly. But they disappear. Yeah, they disappear. Perhaps not if you are doing a trick for 3 people and one of the 3 people have a mistake. But if you are performing for an audience of 50, 60, 70 people and 60 has the matching card and 10 don't have the match, and also I will tell you something. The spectator that follows the instruction and the trick works is very proud and very happy, and he said, yeah, I found love, it's great. But the guy that don't work, he thinks, oh my God, I did it wrong, I'm stupid, I don't know how to follow instruction. So they usually don't show, hey, I have a mistake. No, they are silent. So in the right moment, nobody take care about the people that have a mistake. Another thing is, for Penn and Teller and for modern magicians, but especially for Penn and Teller, this works very well, but I think it don't work for most of the magicians. I will explain you this. They make fun at the end of the trick of the spectator that has a mistake. In the case of Penn and Teller, it fits very well with them, because usually they do tricks and at the end they explain the method or they explain a fake method or unveil something, and from the very magical, mysterious thing, you come down to earth. But this is very good for his personality. But I think, for me or for a lot of magicians, it's better if you finish and a lot of people has a good result. If there are one guy with a mistake, you forget him and you continue the show. I think it's much, much better. Other thing is, when you finish, people will look to see if everybody has a right result, if they found the other half. So something that you can do is, as you will give the 4 cards to everybody, or in a theater you are putting the 4 cards at any seat, you can do like this. I put 4 cards that there are different, but not so many different. There are no a 2 of hearts and a king of spades. No. They are all black cards or similar cards, and the other has only red and the other only pictures, or So you can say, you have 4 cards with you. Look at the cards. Are different? They say yes. Can you shuffle? Yes. And you do all the ritual, but at the end, if they do like this, they have not matching pieces, but they do like this. And somebody that works, look, it don't take the attention from the eye. Oh, there is somebody that, no, because in a quick glimpse, it looks the cards are matching pieces. Even he's a mistake, but it helps to these spectators disappear in the climax of the trick. Another thing, to relax you, even they don't do the right instruction, even they shuffle, even they do everything wrong, 1 of 7 spectators that do the mistake, by statistics, will arrive the right place. By chance. I mean, if I take the 10 of spades, and I have 7 pieces, and 1 piece is the other 10 of spades, even shuffling and taking any piece and turn over, I have 1 in 7 chance that will be. Do you understand? So if you are doing a big theater, a lot of the people that have mistakes, not the most, but 1 in 7 will self-correct. So don't worry about this again. And this is something very interesting. I learned this from Juan Chamariz. And I did this trick in the first show, in the first Penguin Live lecture I did here in Penguin. I did it a lot of years ago, but if you look the first Penguin Live lecture of Woody Aragon, you will find it. And in that show, I remember I have a spectator that did a mistake. Because when you perform in a theater with 3,000 people, it's not possible. But when you are performing for a dinner or some friends and you are performing with 20, 30 people, you can control very easily, if the people is close, who is doing everything right. And suddenly you see that somebody did it wrong. No? Somebody's and a mistake. And then you know he will do a mistake. So you continue and you use this spectator that make a mistake. So you can say, and you cut, and you take one piece and put in the middle, and you take two pieces and put in the middle, and then you go to the guy that did the mistake and you say, and you shuffle. If you want, you can shuffle. The rest don't shuffle, but the feeling is even more free because this guy you lost at the beginning. No? And you continue. And when you arrive to the last moment, and the people has the two pieces like this to see if it matches, then you say, but only one thing is missing, my magical power. And you start to do like a magic gesture to everybody, and when you arrive to the guy of the mistake, you say, no, not for you. And it was, ha 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 ha, but now when everybody have matching pieces and this guy of the mistake, no, it's more magical. He's going to testify the fiction that you propose, because at the end, the actions, everybody did exactly the same for them. The only difference was your magic power. You did for them, but not for this guy. That's the reason he don't have the good result. But in this case, and sometime it happened, when I did it in the live lecture, it was one of those 1 in 7 that he, by chance, arrived again. So at the end, he has a good result. So I said, and you have it, and you have it, and you have it, and you, and he showed, and then I said something like, and you too, I am not so bad to don't, and everybody's happy, and nothing happened. But you are preventing the idea of the feeling of a mistake. In that way, it's like you are doing some kind of test of what's happening. And the last thing that I do, and then I think this is very important, Juan Tamarit wrote a lot of tricks of this style, interactive tricks, in a wonderful book that the name is Verbal Magic. I will explain you, and I will talk a little about this book later in the credits part. But he explains some methods, and one of the things he says is, it's important for the audience to feel that this is magic, that is the power of the magician, that they can't reproduce. And nobody do this. This is a strategy that I put, and I published the book in English. And I explain why I use it, but not everybody do it. It's the mistake. I want you to remember that when I did, let's suppose we arrive to the moment with the 10 of spades, no? To the moment I took 3 pieces, I put in the middle, so now the top and the bottom are the matching pieces. And then I said, remember I said, and you take the 3 and you put in the middle, and you square. It's very, very important, you square. Do you know why? Because I forget something, sorry. Before to start, you take one piece and you put on the pocket. And I always pretend I have this mistake. I forgot something. To say very loud, very important. The first thing, you take the piece and put into the pocket. And this is recorded in the brain. And now you say, and now you take 3 pieces, you do it again, and put into the middle. What happened? When you finish, if they go home, take 4 pieces, 4 cards, and they rip, they forgot that you had a mistake. In their brain, when they try to reconstruct, they remember, okay, the first thing is shuffle, wrap, you cut. The first thing is you take this pile and you put on the pocket, and this is not the matching piece. The matching piece is in 4 position now. But in the way I presented, they forgot this moment, so they can't reproduce the trick. So that's why at the end I usually say, in the moment the trick is finished, or if somebody asks, it depends also the condition. No? In a big theater, perhaps I don't say this. But a lot of time I say. And of course, if you try to do again later or at home, it will not work, because only works because my power. No? And they ha 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 ha, but when they try, it don't work. And I think this is very important because then they feel this is not mathematical thing, this is real magic. So these are the details. Let's continue with some variations. Well, the first thing that I want to tell you is I really believe in the symbolism of magic effects. I know that a lot of people present the cat, the rope, cut and restore, related with, resurrection. I think it's not good to make evident. This is what I learned from my masters in Spain, that they thought a lot about the symbolism of magic. In Spain, we had Luis Garcia and Juan Tamariz working hard on this. But I think in love ritual, the symbolism, the trick that is under, you don't need to explain, but is under, this a suggestion, there is a subtext in everything, is you find something that is incomplete. You feel complete at the end of the trick. It's not about finding another half. Even the presentation is about love. The presentation is about love because the methods. But I think it's very important the reaping. So we have this, and this will not be complete in the chaos. It's when, when you are in a war and you feel not completely surrounded, or you feel a little alone, and it's like a part of you are missing, and after a lot of things you find yourself, and I think this is the emotion that the tricks evokes. That means that to restore the car is a mistake. I mean, because I was invited by Penn Gillette from Penn & Teller. He has a podcast that I can recommend you very hard because I am a very big fan of that podcast. It's Penn Sunday School. And I hear that podcast very often to try to improve my English, that you can tell that I am having no success at all with it. But I hear the podcast very often, and as I become friend of Penn & Teller since 3 years ago when they started to do the trick, because they put in contact with me and they were very kind with me on this, Penn invited me to do the podcast with him. We did 2-hour show, and in a moment he asked me about this, and I explained about the symbolism in the effect, and he told me, yeah, I felt that perhaps you need to restore the card, no? To have a complete restored card at the end, of the spectator will feel that the trick is not over, it's not finished, and it's the opposite. And of course they are doing every day, so they feel that that's right. If you do this trick, you will feel the climax is a climax and everybody's happy and everything is done. Some magicians add another phase, put the card restored. I think this is another trick. Perhaps it can work in your structure, but it's like you are doing another trick after love ritual. But the love ritual finish in this. Once I explain this, sometime it's good for you to use a stack, to have complete cards in some order. In this case, you can't ask them to shuffle, and you miss, for me, the essential part, the essential, my English is much better now than 1 second ago, essential part of the love ritual. But sometimes you do this for companies, corporate, and the corporate suggests that you print their logo in the cards. And I saw some magicians that have some cards, beautiful cards printed with the logo of the company that is going to pay you, and you ask to all the audience to read the logo in half. Bad choice, bad choice, because you are telling something that is not good. So only in this case, I will suggest you to use completely cards and do as I showed you at the beginning. You do the whole procedure exactly like this, but with 2 cards, and at the end the 2 cards will match. But the matching cards effect is not so good as the others, so there is another solution. Penn & Teller do this very well in his show, because they did some cards written, special cards for the trick, that in the back is written Penn & Teller's love ritual, but it's written in a way that in a half is written pen, and in the other half is written teller. If you have to do something like this, I suggest you, if you are doing corporate show and somebody asks you to do this trick with their logo, they can put one logo in one half and the other logo in the other half, and then you don't destroy the logo of the company. That I think that's interesting. But also in pen and teller is good because there are two people, there are two magicians. So when the spectator rip, and at the end they have this, and I will tell you, the spectator usually take this as a memory because this is very strong. You don't know how many pictures I have in Instagram or in Twitter of people that after the trick, they take this, not this, excuse me. They take this, the right one, and they do a picture and you put on online, because for them it's very important. And even I found spectators in the street that told me, oh, I was in your show 2 years ago, I did, look, and they have the pieces yet because they put in the wallet or something like that. This is a strong memory for them. So Penn and Teller, what they do is they have a piece from Penn and a piece from Teller. When the people at the end of the show go outside and they are there signing, autographs, etc., one of each magician can sing in one of each half, so I think this is very elegant. But remember, the strong point, the symbolism of the effect for me includes the ripping. This is very important. The spectator rips the card, and that's what makes a trick with meaning. The other thing is a matching effect that for me is weaker. Okay, and now I will show you a variation that I like a lot to do on a table. I created the other one to let the spectator do everything on hand, so you can do in a theater or you can do without. But when you are in a restaurant with a lot of people on the table, you can use some more advanced mathematical principle to do a different version. So I am going to show you this that I enjoy a lot. If you shuffle the deck, if you rip in the middle, I'm not going to fall, but you rip in the middle, and you ask them to put one of the two pieces face up and the other face down, is not a problem, like this or like this, but now you have a mirror stack. I mean, the two in the middle are the same, no? From the extreme to the middle are the matching the pieces, so we can use the mirror stack properties. And one of the mirror stack more strong properties is that you can do faro shuffle. Don't worry, relax. Faro shuffle, and you keep the structure of mirror stack. But of course you are now afraid, no, I can't do shuffle. Yeah, of course, I can't to do faro shuffle with some ripped pieces. But you can do anti-faro. I mean, faro is backwards dealing in two piles. There is a little book about this by Max Maven. The name is Redivider, and I think it's very interesting. The idea is you take the packet and you deal in two piles, and at the end you can take any pile and put on the other pile. And it's mirror stack. It maintains. So the good thing with this version is you can let the spectator take the cards, put face up, and they deal. And if they want, they don't deal. If they want, they deal one time and they together. If they want, they deal 2 times. If they want, they deal 3 times. As many times as they want. Each time you do this, the face up and the face down cards change it. So they see, and it looks more and more shuffled. You understand? Yep. So now, at the end, we have, for instance, if the bottom is the king of spades, the other one is the king of spades. If I deal like this, you will see this is very funny. If you do 3 times, you come back to the backside. So it's good if you ask them to do none, 1 or 2. But even they can continue. There is not a problem. Always this is kept. So you can deal in 2 piles as many times as you want, and always it will be mirror stack. In the last moment, if you ask them to take 1 pile and turn over and put onto the other pile, you will be again in the original linear sequence. No? So you are now, you know that if the top card is the king of spades, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 away is the king of spades, etc., etc. Now, from this moment, you can do the original version, but everybody has the feeling of this is more shuffle because there are some face up and some face down. Depending on how many times they do, some people has in a way, it looks very different. It's fun, but the mathematical thing works anyway. You can do the original version now, and you will have a different taste. But there is a little detail that means if this is in mirror position, yeah, if I deal in 2 piles, and before to take, if I take the top piece of one pile, yeah, in this case is the queen of spades, the top one, the other is on bottom self-working, no? So you don't need to do the 3 at the beginning, etc. You can go directly. It's not a problem which pile is on top, because remember that the goal at the end, we want to have one on top and one on bottom, so we can skip this. We can go directly, in this case is queen of spades on top and queen of spades on bottom. But if I deal one more time, and this time I will do different. I am going to put this onto this, and then I take the 10 of diamond and I put in the pocket. It's done. The other 10 of diamond is on bottom, so you can go directly to this right position, because the rest of the pieces you don't mind what happened with them. About the presentation, I will tell you that love ritual for some people is a little cheesy. They say, okay, but perhaps talk about love, but it can be a little cheesy. And of course it is. Of course it is. But I think it has some qualities that I don't want to ignore. And I know I have some friends that they do as a mathematical thing, no? In this case, not a mathematical thing, but you can say, okay, I'm going to do a trick for you, very foolish. I want to give you 4 cards, and you rip, and they do, and you give the instruction. Of course, the end is very strong, because they have no idea how it's possible, no? But for some kind of audience, it can be not interesting, because we do a lot of tricks with the challenge of I am going to do something impossible. So let's try to put some taste in our tricks. In this case, the love pattern will cover a lot of functions, no? I mean, the first thing is, if you are doing a ritual that you want, you can do for a big theater, or you can do even in radio, or even through TV like this. And for lay people, for especially women, you say, you are going to fool you. Perhaps it's not something that they want to follow, but if you say, we are going to do a ritual, and you will be very lucky in love, of course this is fiction, this is art, this is not real, this is not fortune telling, but in that fiction something is promised and something is funny. So there is more appeal to the audience, it has a meaning, no? To do all this action. And now I choose the love, because the love covers everything. The first thing is I say, why 4 cards? Well, I justify a lot of time because love is written with 4 letters, L-O-V-E, but in Spanish, amor, A-M-O-R. And if you check some languages, you can use 4 because it's related with it. Another thing is, of course, the effect of matching the other half is an expression, no? When you are looking for your other, we say in Spanish, we say your half orange, no? It's the person that is your other half, no? So it's related with the effect, and mainly it justifies me completely this. I think it was a Japanese magician, I don't remember the name, but I will check and will give you in the credits, that created this pattern of love me not, love me not, because if not, the Australian deal can be a little, unjustified, no? So, for me, the pattern of love ritual for this trick and this version is great. But sometimes, some people prefer other presentations because they don't like. Also, it's your taste, and you can change the presentation. It has a lot of approaches. It can be a challenge, it can be a kind of test, if you are a mentalist or something like that. It's a lot of possibilities, but in this case, you are not prisoner of the 4 cards. I must explain you this. Only because you see the trick with 4 cards don't mean you require 4. For love, for the method, for what I presented, 4 is great. But you can do, if you want to have more participation and more the feeling of more possibilities, you can do with 5 or even more. More, I think, is more difficult. But, yeah. But also you can do with 3. So you are doing faster and you go directly. The only thing is you need to check, if you want to do the Australian deal, how it works with this different amount of cards. But I let you enjoy playing with it because I don't want to do it. So we arrive to a version, let's suppose that we have 5 cards. But let's suppose this is a version for TV. I explained you at the beginning that sometimes I don't use the down-under deal, the Australian deal, because it's not necessary. I only need to go directly to the thing. So what I am going to do in these versions is I do this. This is very fast, huh? And it can be very chaotic. I will show you. If you put this onto this, even now there are 5, we are in the same position. You will have 5 away. They can cut, or if you want, you can do the, as I explained it, with face up, face down and face up. Let's suppose you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so the half, and you put face up. We are going to use now the method of the mirror stack, so the deal, etc., or whatever you want. But in this case, we are going to go very directly. This is not necessary. The only thing is you take a piece, the other piece is on bottom, and now if you don't do the Australian deal, what you do? Whatever you want. Because you know where is the card. It's on bottom, no? So it's not a problem how many pieces they have. They have exactly the same amount of pieces of you. And they have no problem if they take 1 and put on the middle, or 1 from the middle and put on top. As long as you don't lose the bottom piece, if they are doing the same that you ask, they are not losing. So very fast you can say, okay, and you take the top piece and throw it away, and take 2 top and put in the middle. And now they take the top and throw it away, and take 2 from the top and throw it away. And now take 1 and put on bottom. And now you take the 2 top and throw it away. And now you take the top and the bottom and throw it away. And I am improvising the instruction, but you see it's very fast. It's chun, 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 chun. As long as you are controlling the piece that you know is the matching card, you can go. So you can adapt the time of the routine, the quantity of cards that you are using, and always you arrive to this wonderful finale. Well, I have a version, this is very special, that I use for magicians or people that know very well the trick. I mean, if I perform in a festival that I am performing for several years and I did the trick 2 or 3 times, I know most of the audience can know the trick. Or especially if I perform in a magic convention, magicians know the trick. Now it's very popular, everybody knows. But also they are expecting me, because they know it's my trick, to do it. And sometimes even they ask me, they book me in a gala show, and the director of the gala, they say, okay, we booked you because we want an audience participation trick. We want you to do love ritual because it's good for the structure of the gala to have 1 act with participation. And then I say, but they are magicians? And they say, yes, 100% are magicians. So they will know the trick. No problem at all. I have a version for that. But as I don't want to spoil you, I think the best thing is you see a performance of that version.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. But before I should take several packets. Can you put, Natalia,
Sure.
take this packet on your hand. Your name is? Katerina. It's true, Catalina, it's true. Like this, your?
Carolina.
Carolina, Caterina, Carolina. That's right. Your?
Matt.
Matt.
Yes.
Matt. Mateo.
Yeah.
In Spanish is Mateo.
Yes.
Mateo. And please, Pepe. Okay, that's right. So you have the packet, yes? I want you to make the trick that you know this trick because you saw before. It's the love ritual. We do a ritual and at the end, but very fast. It's a very fast way to do it because we did at the beginning with the whole audience. So I want you very fast. Take the card like this and you rip in the middle, and you take the two halves, one in each hand. Except Kirk, that you are doing something very strange, but always, even shuffling, don't worry. And now, you put, it's not necessary to put one onto the other. You take any pile that you want, you put in the middle of the other pile. In the middle of the other pile. It's not a problem if they are together or separate. The only thing is not on bottom, not on top, in the middle, okay? And you lose the card. And now, remember, you take the top piece without looking, because it's bad luck, you take and you put in a pocket, apart, no? In a pocket. The top piece, in a pocket. And now, everybody, do with me, this is very good, the daisy. I love the daisy. I mean, you take the top card, or perhaps it's good if you want to take top two cards from the top and put in the middle, if you want. In the middle, not on top, not on bottom, in the middle. Okay, perhaps it's good if you take the top card and we exchange. I exchange with you, and you exchange with, as you prefer, you exchange, and you put in the middle. That's right, because it's a chaos. It's impossible. It was, I changed it. Okay, don't worry. And we continue, no problem. And now is the daisy. The daisy means you take the top pieces and you say, love me,
Love me.
and go to the bottom. And the next one, love me not, and you throw it away. Throw it away, no problem. And now, love me, and to the bottom. Love me not, throw it away. It's great. Love me, to the bottom. Love me not, fuera. Love me, to the bottom. Love me not, throw it away. Love me, to the bottom. Love me not, fuera. Love me, to the bottom. Love me not, throw it away. And at the end, you have a piece. You are going to the piece in the pocket. Take the piece in the pocket. And now we will have, it don't work? It don't work? No. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I forgot the prediction. What is it? That? Is that? It is? It is? It is? Oh, everybody has exactly the same two pieces. Is the prediction? This is very, very, very good. Strange loss, but very good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You can see. Even you. Okay.
So it's good, huh? It's good. Perhaps if you know love ritual and you saw this, you think, oh, that's good. Relax. It's much better the original. This is a perversion. I think this is only good if you know the other. If you are lay people or nobody knows, even the gala is very strong. Usually I go to the original version. No, I don't present this. This is only for this situation. But perhaps you knew, or perhaps you didn't knew the love ritual before the download, but after watching me doing the trick, watch the original performance, watch the explanations, you know the trick very well, so perhaps it gets you the surprise of this prediction, wonderful prediction. And this is an idea that I had to how put in love ritual a different emotion for magicians, because sometimes the trick are not better tricks if we change the method or if we change the structure. Sometimes you improve, sometimes it's so-so, it's only a question of taste. But when you put a new emotion in a trick, always the trick changes. And in this case, I wanted to put an apparent mistake. I love apparent mistake, no? When the audience think, oh, he did it wrong. And then I thought, it would be great if they think they did it wrong. And no. And then I arrived to this, and also the method is very good, you will see, because this allows you something very interesting. The idea is you have this prediction, but it's not important, because if you say this is important a prediction, their waiting is related. Usually I arrive, I put this here, or perhaps even I have question mark, draw, or prediction. But like this is for another trick. It's a part. It's nothing important. No? Let's suppose I have here and I'm doing things, and in a moment I say, okay, I'm going to do this, and I give the cards to everybody. I must tell you that usually when I perform not for a big theater, but 20, 30, 40, 50, almost 60 spectators, perhaps more can be a little tired, or if I am doing corporates, but no corporate on stage, but walk around, usually I go to the spectator to give them 4 cards, because it's an opportunity to make a connection with them before the show. No? So for me, it's okay. Anyway, you can ask somebody to give, or the rubber band, or for me, the most elegant way is to prepare envelopes with the cards inside. And what I do is, in this case, when I want to present this version, I have the envelopes, and I put some packets with a queen of spades, 2 indifferent cards, a 9 of diamonds, and other packet with a 9 of diamonds, 2 indifferent cards, and a queen of spades. That means I need a lot of duplicates, but you can buy 2 forcing decks, one-way deck, no? You can buy one-way deck with a picture card and another with a very different card. It's very good if they are very contrasting cards, and you will have to do a lot of packets. So I prepare these envelopes and I give to the audience. So when they open the envelope and they take the 4 cards, obviously if they do a glimpse, they see some of them with a picture card, some of them with the red spot card. Always is the same. Everybody has queen of spades of 9 of diamonds, but they don't repair, because remember, this trick is for people that know the original, and they must think we are going to do the original. Usually I go and I say, okay, the organization asked me to do love ritual. Probably you know this trick because it's very famous, but you know that it's very fun, so we are going to do it anyway, very fast, but you enjoy. And then well, of course, the audience usually appreciate that, because okay, I know the trick, but I want to see the original guy who created how he presents. So they believe we are going to do love ritual, the original version. So what I do is, okay, so very fast, you do like this, you rip in the middle, when you are with the 2 pieces, and now directly I say, to don't lose time, take one pile and put in the middle of the other pile. Why? Because I have a big advantage in this version. I want to force a piece of 9 of diamond and a piece of queen of spades, and I have 2 pieces of 9 of diamond and 2 pieces of queen of spades. If I lose this pile in the middle of this pile, everything's done, because the top and bottom will be a queen of spades and 9 of diamond. But if they do the opposite, they will take the other 2 pieces, the queen of spades and the 9 of diamond. So in fact, it's easier than love ritual, because I don't need to force the 2 pieces of the same card. I have 4 pieces to combine, no? So the idea is, when they rip, I say very directly, take the cards, put into the middle, pum, 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 pum. Remember, take the top piece without looking, put in a pocket, they put in a pocket, and now we continue. As there are magicians, sometimes I go directly to the daisy, no? To the love me, love me, no, love me, no, love me, no. Sometimes even I use the other procedure of the week. But let's suppose we are doing the first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we remove 6 pieces. We arrive to them. I ask them, like in love ritual, go to the pieces, put together, and look. And usually the magician is completely, oh, what happened? I forgot something. If you see the performance, you will see that in a moment it was like this, or I pretend I have a mistake. And if you know love ritual, you know that it's not take a half and put in the middle of the other half. So I think they can, when they arrive to the end, they think, yeah, because it's not like this. He has a mistake in destruction. So they believe it's real. And some magicians told me, I did this in 4F. I was MC. Yeah, I know you can't believe I was the MC of a gala in English. I was the MC. of a gala in English in 4F in the convention in Fester. I must explain that it was the Spanish gala, so it was allow me to use my bad English. And I did this trick. And 4F is 200 magicians. We did everything with the duplicates, etc. And a lot of them told me after, when they saw the mistake and they look to the others, everybody has the Queen of Spades and Nine of Diamonds, but they don't realize, because they are looking for matchings and they don't find. No, mistake. Oh, he did it wrong. Even sometimes I do it well. Only me, I have two similar cards on top and bottom, so I know doing the same I will arrive to the right. So it's like, it good for me but not for you. There is a moment of apparent mistake and suddenly I say, oh, the prediction. And in that moment they realize everybody in the audience has exactly these half cards. And always is a very big love, especially if it's a place like Magic Convention, like 4F, with 200, 300, 400 magicians. And it's different trick with a very big impact. So I'm very happy to tell you, so you can explore to do to your friends, magicians, and fool them. Okay, this is the moment in this project in which I'm going to tell you about history. And I love to talk about history magic not because I am a deep knowledger and I love to know the history, but I think it's very important when we work very hard on a trick to know the roots, because if not, sometimes we are working and creating something that somebody created or worked and discarded before us. So I am very interested about the history of the principles in this trick. Also, I will tell you my personal history, how I created from the influences that I have in a moment. But some months ago, I think very recently, I wrote Max Maven. He's a good friend of mine, and I admire the knowledge of this man. Is incredible, and he's very generous. And I wrote and I said, Max, can you give me the credit that you know about the Australian deal? And he gave me a very long email, like, I can publish 3 books now about the origin. He was great, he knows everything, and he was so generous. But I took some notes. That's the reason I have this here to compile. But the first thing is to tell you that the first time in history that a magician is here with some spectators with a packet of 4 or 5 cards each, following instruction of the magician, it's very old. It was published in the 30s, in 1930. Different version in which the magician says something like, take the top card, put face up, take 2 cards, put face up, now you do like this, you turn over the packet, you turn over 1 card. In a moment when you say turn over 1 card, the magician do a double leaf, or he turn over 3 cards, or he do something different. So at the end, the result of everybody is completely different to the magician, and the effect is you can't do what I do, no? And they repeat, and it's very funny. Dai Vernon made a version, and it was published in Gin in '63, and later in one of the books of Louis Ganson some years later. So a lot of people think that the plot is by Vernon, but it looks that the plot is older. Even Vernon is more popular version. It's not an interactive trick. The audience is not magician, but is the first situation. The first moment the Australian deal appear in print is in a trick that is a very hard name to pronounce, even you are Spanish. It's in Czech, and it was published in Prague in 1853. So it's very, very old, but the maths involved is even older. The maths involved in how you arrive to the last one came from ancient Rome, so it's very, very old principle. But with cards, 1853. And the idea of tearing the cards, it looks 1880 or something like that. Somebody published a trick in which you tear the cards, and obviously a lot of tricks appears after the cheating. You are looking for the matches. But the most popular moment in which they published several tricks doing this, ripping some cards. Always the magician. I'm talking about the magician ripping the cards and using the matches. Is the Ramses principle, something that wrote Howard Adams in 1982. From there, Max, I think it was, in 83, 84, Max Maven did a TV, it was not a TV program because it was for video, but it's like a TV program that the name is Mind Games. I think you can find it there. That is all a show of interactive tricks to do through the screen to the audience that is at home. And in one of these tricks, Max has a poker demonstration in which he's dealing cards little by little until you arrive to a selected card, with the spectator doing at the same time at home following instructions. So this is a very important precedent. Almost in the same time, Juan Chamariz, in my master, Juan in Spain, he do an also interactive trick with Australian deal, but very different, because what he do is more cards. He had a method to select a card that every spectator with a pen or a chuchuchun, they sing, they mark the card, and he control in some way the position of this card in the packet, and now everybody do the down Australian deal, but in this case the pattern is about the bad things in life, and he asked to the spectator to scream that he don't like the bad things and throw, and it's a very energetic moment that I love and I included in my trick. So the influence, of course, as always, of my friend and master Juan is very present in this trick. He was doing like this, chun chun. The effect in the case of Juan is everybody arrives to the signet card, no? And how I created this? Well, Juan was in 2005, I remember, or 2006, he was doing, in that time I must tell you that we met very often. Some magician in Spain, we met every Monday, the whole night, to share magic session with Juan for every week, a lot of hours. And in that time, always, at the morning, no, when you are, because it's a Spanish timetable, we finish usually at 6, 7 in the morning, like after the whole night awake sessioning. But in that time, he didn't want to home, he went to the radio, because in the morning he was doing verbal magic through radio for a program of a friend, Pablo Motos. So he started to look for in their old repertoire every trick that is interactive. So he did a lot of interactive magic for us in that nights. So I was receiving constantly the influence of look for interactive tricks when I read a little book that I mentioned before, Max Maven's Ray Divider, explaining this idea of the Ramses principle in which they read. And I think the first that give cards to the spectator to reap and to follow the instruction, I think it's me. And Max tell me he thinks probably it's me, and he says something like, and if not, yours is better. But I don't know, somebody did it before, because in fact, when I had the idea of, oh, that's right, because if they rip, you have a kind of a stack, even they shuffle in their hands. But what happened if I ask the spectator to do like this and they change the order of the cards? Because I was not sure. Some time ago I tried to make the spectator do a reverse faro giving instruction, and it was a mistake because a lot of people pushes two and it never worked. So I tried, I remember, with my girlfriend Mari Carmen and my sister Rosa Maria. One night I gave the cards, can you take, can you follow, can you tun, and they did perfectly, and that night love ritual was born in some way, no? Because from there I started to look for the presentation, for the method, etc., etc., etc. And that is the history of the trick. But let's talk about last ideas. And finally, I want to tell you some anecdotes and ideas of the professionals that use this trick that they give me or they allow me to share. Some of them, I must tell you, I remember Mago Migue from Spain that one day tell me, I have an idea. Instead to use normal cars, I use jumbo cars, so everybody can see much better. Of course, I was doing this like 3 or 4 years before he told me, because usually some ideas are very direct. When you are start to do it, you will find your own conclusions. So I will tell you some of them. For instance, use jumbo cars if you are doing a big theater, because it is a problem when people don't see you performing the actions. Even you explain very well, because I know I did this trick in radio, so people don't see, and it works. But it's much better if they can follow what you are doing. So usually I have jumbo cars with me when I'm doing this in theater, MC, etc., etc. Also, it's a very good trick to do in this walk around situations, because you are right, you go, let's suppose a corporate. I usually do walk around in corporate. And corporate is a mood that sometimes is against the magician, because they are there for another thing. And it's very good when you arrive to a place, you go to a group, 5, 6 people, you give the cards, and they start to have fun and enjoy, throw cards, and at the end applause, and you are doing a kind of chaos that everybody is, what is happening there? They are throwing cards, and now the pieces are on the floor, so everybody knows that something happened. I think the trick is very appropriate for that. Also, when I do weddings, because sometimes they book me for weddings, I don't know why, but it's very good for couples. It's very good if you take a couple and you make them to do the ritual, because you add a layer of the meaning of the love ritual. I told you that some people think that is cheesy, and I spoke with Penn when I did that podcast that I told you before about the cheesy pattern, and he told me, I thought it was cheesy, but I wanted to put some lines, very clever lines in the structure to tell that this is a love ritual for any kind of love, and there are some things that he wanted to express very well, so I recommend you can see Penn and Teller presenting the trick. You will love it. I have a lot of friends that do the trick. I appreciate a lot. Of course, I am very good friend, a very big fan of a lot of them, but I must tell you that my favorite personal version of this trick made by other magicians is Penn and Teller's. I think they understood very well what is the core of the trick. An anecdote that I want to tell you too, in fact, is this trick is being seen very widely, because they did in Fullers, they did it in Jimmy Fallon in TV, and also in Las Vegas, the big show after the massacre that happened there, and they did a kind of ceremony with 11,000 people. Rod Stewart came, Copperfield performed there, the Las Vegas people, it was like, and they did this trick, because they want to convey love to the people of the city of Las Vegas. So they spent a lot of money in cards, but they did the love ritual for 11,000 people. And it's not the biggest number. Last week, my friend Jorge Blas from Spain is a stage magician, wonderful stage magician, that he's doing this trick for some time. He did in a stadium, football stadium in Spain, for 50,000 people. Oh my God. And one of the things is he don't want to print cards, etc., etc. So we arrive to another obvious idea. Of course, you can print anything. You can do pictures, you can do sentences, you can use postcards, any image that you rip into has a meaning when you put together. Sometimes I found some friends that they put even in a paper 2 things that they are related. For instance, 2 characters, Asterix and Obelix, and Homer Simpson and Bart Simpson, something like that, And then they rip and they find the character. But I think we are changing the effect. I think in this case we are going to the match, and for the match we don't need the ripping. So I prefer when it's something like a word, something like that you print. But then you don't need to spend a lot of money in decks. In fact, in Spain, what I do is I buy the cheapest and worst deck in the market, because it's to cheer it up. No, it just broke. So I say I don't do with bicycles usually. I can tell you. Okay. And some of these professionals give me these ideas to use the words, to use. There are some versions like Takami Usui from Japan has a version with colors. You can find even here in Penguin, there are some Penguin lectures with other performers showing their variation, the little details that they changed in the routine. Of course, my friend Eric Jones that presented very, very well, removing all the pattern on the topic of love, and it's great. But Eric is great, you know. And he's my friend. What happened? And also, I want to tell you about two things that I think is very interesting. David Blaine asked me to do the trick to combine. I don't know if at the end he presented, but he wanted to combine because his character, and I think this is very important. You need to look what this trick can give to your character that is different to other character magician. That's the reason I gave you a lot of ideas in this DVD to combine and create your own version. He is able to rip a deck in two. This is something very old that people, it's a strong people effect. No, I am so strong that I take a whole deck, 54 cards because there are the jokers, and you ripping too. And it was a wonderful routine because he did it before with the whole deck, and now he asked to the audience, and the audience is like, no, it's not possible for me to rip a whole deck. Okay, we'll give you 4 cards, and you do the 4 cards, and then he combined with Love Ritual. There is another thing that is very popular because Penn and Teller do it in his theater. If you are going to see Penn and Teller, you will find that they ask you to take 4 pieces and a cup. And the cup, for me, is not very good. It's not the best version of the trick. In fact, they know, and I spoke with Teller about this a lot, and he said, yes, it's much better when you throw the cards because the energy of the audience is much better. But happened this, and it happened to me sometime. You arrive to a place, it's a business, there is a theater that the people, and they tell you, no, you can do this trick because we don't want to have a lot of paper on the floor at the end. What to do? So they had this idea. They put at the beginning of the theater a big can with a lot of cards, and there is a banner. Take 4 cards and a can. And they took the can and the 4 cards. And what happened is when you are doing the ritual, you are throwing the pieces into the can. At the end of the show, you can ask to the people to take the can, and when they go, throw the bag, and you can do this in any place without being afraid about the cleaning service of the place. But if you do a snowstorm, probably you know what I am talking about. Okay, I think this is everything. I hope you loved it. I hope, and I want you, please, if you liked what we did, what we explained in this whole project, that I take a lot of love in it, okay, please write a review here in Penguin, and please share the word, because sharing is happiness. Thank you very much, guys, and good Aragon. See you next time. Bye. Lot of love for you.